Good morning, class. Good morning. Let's start our review. Are there any hills around this town? Are there any hills around this town?
Yes, there are some hills around this town.
Laugh comedy. Do people generally laugh when they are happy or unhappy? Do people generally laugh when they are happy or unhappy? Do you laugh when you watch comedies? Do you laugh when you watch comedies?
Yes, I laugh when I watch.
Enemy, written. What's the opposite of the word friend? What's the opposite of the word friend? Is enemy. Were Britain and America enemies during the during the Second World War? Were Britain and America enemies during the Second World War?
No.
Britain and America
during the Second World War.
They were friends. Castle. Are there any other castles in this town? Are there any other castles in this town?
No, there are actually castles in this town.
All the castles. All the castles. Hungry. Are you hungry at the moment? Are you hungry at the moment?
Yes, I'm hungry at this moment.
Are there a lot of hungry people in some parts of the world? Are there a lot of hungry people in some parts of the world?
Yes, there are some.
A lot
A
of
lot
hungry people in some parts of the world today. Does your stomach make noises when you are hungry? Does your stomach make noises when you are hungry?
Yes, my stomach makes
Noises
noises
when I
when I am
hungry. Like hungry. Fact, historic, mathematical, historical, and geographical. Tell me a geographic fact. Tell me a geographic fact. Mount
Everest is the highest mountain in the world.
Tell me a historical fact. Tell me a historical fact. The Second World War began in 1939. 1939. Tell me a mathematical fact. Tell me a mathematical fact.
Mathematical fact is 2 plus 2 equals 4.
4. Become. What means become? Become. Tornar-se. Become. When you get hungry, what do you do? When you get hungry, what do you do?
when I get hungry, I
Eat. Do you think English is getting better? Do you think your English is getting better? Do you think your English is getting better?
Yes, I think my English is getting better.
You think, how much does a doctor get a month? How much does a doctor get a month? £3,000 a month. Very good. Do you get any cards from your friends on your birthday? Do you get any cards from your friends on your birthday?
Yes, I get some cards from my friends on my birthday.
Can I get clothes from a bookshop? Can I get clothes from a bookshop? From bookshop. Which animal do you get milk from? Which animal do you get milk from? You get milk from a cow. Will you go and get a pen for me for the next room, please? Will you go and get a pen for me for the next room, please? Yes.
Yes,
Will you go
I will go
and get a pen for you from the next room? Yeah, you should not copy me. You should speak together with me, but it's okay. We are learning. When children are young, do their parents get them from the school each day? When children are young, do their parents get them from the school each day?
yes.
Yes.
When
Children are young.
I am the parents
Get
get
them
them
from
from
school
school
each day. Each day. Will you get that book from the table and give it to me, please? Will you get that book from the table and give it to me, please?
Yes, I will get
That book
that food from the table
and give it to you. And give it to you. Very good. Get to reach. What time do you generally get to school for your lesson? What time do you usually get to school for your
I
lesson?
get to school for a lesson around 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock. 11 o'clock. What time do you generally get home at the end of the day? What time do you generally get home at the end of the day?
I generally get home at about
5 p.m.
5 p.m.
at the end
at the end of the
of the
day.
day. What are general meanings of the verb get? What are the general meanings of the verb get? Meanings of the verb get are become, and obtain. Become and obtain. Become and obtain. If you are not sure when to use get, what is better to do? If you are not sure when to use get, what is better to do? If I am not sure when to use get, it's better to use the other verb for the same meaning. With the same meaning. There was, there were. Is there a picture on that wall? Is there a picture on that wall? Was there a picture on that wall 3 lessons ago? Was there a picture on that wall 3 lessons ago?
Yes, there was a
Picture on that
on
wall
that wall
3
lessons ago.
Were there any books on the table last lesson? Were there any books on the table last lesson?
Yes, they were.
There were some books on the table.
Yes, lesson.
Was there a chair in that corner during the last lesson? Was there a chair in that corner during the last lesson?
No.
There was. There wasn't a chair in that corner during the last lesson. Were there any chairs on the table last lesson? Were there any chairs on the table last lesson?
No, there weren't any chairs on the table last lesson.
Die, president. What's the opposite of verb to leave? What's the opposite of verb to leave?
The opposite of verb to leave is to die.
Do most people die before they are 100 years old? Do most people die before they are 100 years old?
No.
Yes.
Yes. Most people die just before they are 100 years old.
Historical fact. When did President Kennedy die? When did President Kennedy die? President Kennedy died in, who remembers? 1963. Very good. Look, now let's do some reading. Let's read on lesson 38, page 195. Page 195. I'm going to start with, what does the verb to talk mean? Bianca, we start with you, I'm sorry. Talk, voice, and however. Could you start with lesson 38, page 195? Bianca?
Talk, voice, however. What does the verb to talk mean? The verb to talk means to speak. Do you talk to your friends on your mobile every day? Yes, I talk to my friends on my mobile every day.
Thank you. Raphael?
What does the teacher generally do if you start talking to the student next to you during the lesson? If I start talking to the student next to me during the lesson, the teacher generally asks me to stop talking. Is it right to say I am talking English? No, it isn't right to say I am talking English. It's wrong.
Thank you, Raphael. Gustavo?
What must we say instead? We must say I speak English instead. Can you hear any voice in the next room? No, I can't hear any voice in the next room.
Thank you. Guilherme?
What's the past tense of the verb to do? The past tense of the verb to do is to. From regular of. Did you walk a lot? Yes, I walked a lot yesterday. No, I did not walk a lot yesterday. How do we form the past tense of the verbs?
Of regular verbs.
Of regular verbs. We form the past tense of regular verbs by putting the letters ed at the end. Give me an example, please. For example, walked. I generally walk to school. I walked to school yesterday.
Thank you. Bianca?
Did you watch television last week? Yes, I watched television last week. Did you walk to school yesterday? Yes, I walked to school yesterday.
Thank you. Raphael?
What did you use to answer the last question? I used my voice to answer the last question. When did last season end? Last season ended on the 7th July. No,
21st
of September.
Thank you. Gustavo?
You worked last month? Yes, I worked last month. How long did you last lesson?
Last season.
Season. Last season, about 3 months.
Last season lasted
Last season lasted about 3 months.
Thank you. Bianca?
Did you live at home with your parents when you were a small child? Yes, I lived at home with my parents when I was a small child. Did you move any part of your body during the last lesson? Yes, I moved some part of my body during the last lesson.
Thank you. Guilherme?
How do we make a negative sentence in the past tense? We make a negative sentence in the past tense by using the word did and ending it without giving an example. I didn't work last Saturday.
Good, thank you. Go back to Raphael. Raphael?
How do we make a question in the past tense? We make a question in the past tense by using the word did and the infinitive without to. Give me an example, please. Did you work last Saturday?
Thank you. Bianca?
Did I ask you a thousand questions last lesson? No, you didn't ask me a thousand questions last lesson. Did you last lesson end at 11 p.m.? No, last lesson didn't end at 11 p.m. It ended at 11:50 a.m.
Very good, thank you. Gustavo?
Did you talk to anybody in your family last week? Yes, I talked to somebody in my family last week.
Good.
Did you call anybody on your mobile phone yesterday? Yes, I called somebody on my mobile phone yesterday.
Thank you. Guilherme?
Did you want to come to school today? Yes, I wanted to come to school today. 3. Can you see any trees from where you are sitting? Yes, I can see trees from where I am sitting.
Thank you. Bianca?
Farm, pig, cow, sheep, chicken, horse. Do you live on a farm? No, I don't live on a farm. What's the plural of sheep? The plural of sheep is sheep.
Thank you. Gustavo?
Name some animals can you see on the farm? On the farm, we can see pigs, cows, sheep, chickens, and horses. Pigs. Is there peace between all the countries of the world at the moment? No, there isn't peace between all the countries of the world at the moment.
Thank you. Raphael?
Measure. Can we measure exactly the quantity of water in the city? No, we can't measure exactly the quantity of water in the city. Necessary. Is it necessary to study a lot of if we want to learn a subject well? Yes, it's necessary to study a lot of if we want to learn a subject well.
Thank you. Bianca?
Pay, cash, credit card,
Waiter.
waitress. When you have a meal in a restaurant, do you generally by cash?
Pay by
cash or by credit card? When I have a meal in a restaurant, I can pay by cash. And you will take the money from you. The waiter or waitress takes the money from you.
Thank you. Let's start new words. With your books closed, close the book. And we're going to start with the word strong, strong, weak, say weak, and physical. So is whiskey a weak drink? Is whiskey a weak drink?
No, whiskey isn't
A weak drink. It is a
stronger drink.
Are young boys generally physically stronger than men? Are young boys generally physically stronger than men?
No,
Young boys are
Archie generally physically stronger than
men. They are generally physically weaker than men. Very good. Do you speak English with a strong British accent? Do you speak English with a strong British accent?
No, I don't speak English with a strong
British accent. I speak it with a strong Brazilian accent. Very good. Soldier. 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 Army. 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 Make money. Make money. Uniform. Uniform. Does a soldier make a lot of money these days? Does a soldier make a lot of money these days?
No, a soldier
Doesn't make a lot of money these days. A lot of money these days. Which country do you think has the largest army in the world today? Which country do you think has the largest army in the world today?
I think it's China has a
Largest army in the world today. Which country do you, what do you call the clothes that a soldier wears? What do you call the clothes that a soldier wears?
We call the clothes that soldiers wear are uniform.
Very good. Do most children wear uniforms at school in your country? Do most children wear uniforms at school in your country? Yeah.
Yes, the most children
Most children wear
uniform.
Wear uniforms.
Wear
Uniforms at school in your country. Build. Is it cheap to build a large house in the country? Is it cheap to build a large house in the country, Bianca?
No, it isn't
Cheap to build a large house in the country. It is expensive. Feel. Do you feel your stomach completely when you eat? Do you feel your stomach completely when you eat?
Yes, I feel my stomach completely when I eat.
Contain. About how many pages does this book contain? About how many pages does this book contain?
about 200
pages.
This book contains.
Or that book
That book
contains
contains
about 200 pages. Very good. Art and artist. Artist. Are you very good at art? Are you very good at art?
No, I'm not very good at art.
Was Picasso a writer or an artist? Was Picasso a writer or an artist? Picasso was an artist. Feel. Too much. Do you always feel in good health? Raphael?
I always
Feel
health.
good health. Do you feel bad if you eat too much? Do you feel bad if you eat too much? Guilherme? Do you feel bad if you eat too much?
Yes,
Too much. Do you feel sad in good weather? Bianca, do you feel sad in good weather?
No, I don't feel sad in good weather.
You
I feel
happy
happy
in
in
good
good
weather.
weather.
Middle and center. What part of the square is this? What part of the square is this? We see here in the book the square. What part of the square is this? This is the middle of the square. The middle of the square. What's another word for middle? What's another word for middle? Another word for middle is center. Center. Very good. Is there anything in the center of this room? Is there anything in the center of this room, Bianca?
No, there isn't anything
In the
in the
center
center
of this room. Sure. What's your name?
And it's Gustavo.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm
Sure. Good. How many ears have you? How many ears have you? I have 2 ears. Very good. Are you sure? Are you sure? I'm sure. Request. Do you generally say please in English at the beginning of a request? Do you generally say please in English at the beginning of a request, Raphael?
don't say.
No, we don't.
We don't.
Generally say please in English at the beginning of a request. We say it
Say
it at the end of a request. We say it
We say it.
at the end of a request. That's it, at the end of a request. Is it polite not to say please when we make a request? Is it polite not to say please when we make a request?
No.
No.
Polite.
Not to
Not
say
say please
please
when we
when we make
make
a request. It is
It is impolite.
impolite. Very right. Very right. Very good. Neither nor. Neither nor. We saw either or. Now we're gonna see neither nor. In Portuguese, now e não. Not nem. Is this a desk or a chair? Yeah. Is this a desk or a chair? No. It is neither a desk nor a chair. It is a door. Are there 100 chairs in this room or 1,000 chairs? Are there 100 chairs in this room or 1,000 chairs, Guilherme? No, there are neither 100 chairs in this room nor 1,000 chairs in this room. There are 12 chairs in this room. Are you Mr. Brown or Mr. Smith? Are you Mr. Brown or Mr. Smith?
No,
I'm neither Mr. Brown nor Mr. Smith. I am Rafael. Willing, disposto, willing. Are you always willing to help other people, Gustavo? Are you always willing to help other people? No, not always willing to help other people. All right, now let's see if everybody can say this. Are you willing to give me all the money you have in your pocket at the moment? I'm going to repeat. Are you willing to give me all the money you have in your pocket at the moment? Everybody? No, I'm not willing